views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hola, everyone. Welcome to Open, the one and only show bringing the best of the Bronx, New York, and the world straight to you. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche every Friday. Here's what's coming up in today's show. Leading things off, we'll share some special events for you to enjoy in our special Women's History Month edition of Open Weekend Preview. After that, we'll find out about the 5th annual Inwood Festival that features some of the most talented independent filmmakers in the Inwood community. After that, we'll find out what the Bronx Arts Ensemble has lined up for its spring season when we sit down with Executive Director David Musenbaum. And plus, we'll talk all things chocolate with Sol Cacao co-owner Dominic Maloney when we learn all about his family's chocolate business. And later on in the show, Bobby C brings us an up-to-date with the latest headlines in the world of sports. And lastly, this week's Open Artist Spotlight features R&B singer Xavier White debuting his single Panamera live on our Open Artist stage. So sit back y prepárate. All this and more is headed your way because now we are officially open. Welcome to Open. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche. For the next hour, always inviting you to get social with us online, that is. Tweet us and follow us on Instagram at BronxNet TV or like us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. And of course, while you're there, don't forget, follow moi on Twitter, FB, Instagram, Insta Stories, and LinkedIn at Rhina Valentin. So it's Women's History Month, and we're going to be honoring women all month long. But today, specifically, we want to share some events for you to enjoy in honor of Women's History Month. So get your pen and paper out. It's now time for this week's Open Weekend Preview. Sunday is International Women's Day, and Healing in the City, Inc. is holding a women's empowerment event that will include women artists, performers, entrepreneurs from startups to Fortune 500 companies. And there will be a wellness lounge with henna, chair massages provided, cocktails and mocktails, mindful networking, and guided meditation. The event will take place Sunday, March 8th from 1 to 4 p.m. at Ama Raw Bar, located at 190 Avenue B. And for more information, please visit Eventbrite and type in Women International Day Celebration. The month you and the family, well, this month, I should say, you and the family can check out some amazing artwork for women's history at the Pope Park Visitor Center. The exhibition features the work of women graffiti and street artists on display until March 28th, and that's happening Tuesdays through Fridays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Pope Park Visitor Center, which is located at 2640 Grand Concourse. And for more information, you can visit nycgovparks.org. The Woodlawn Conservancy is holding the Women's History Month Trolley and Tour, where guests will be able to take a ride back in time and celebrate the lives of many of our notable women who helped shape history. You'll be able to visit the grave sites of the Queen of Salsa, Celia Cruz, Madam C.J. Walker, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, and Alva Vanderbilt Belmont. That's just to name a few. The trolley and tour will take place on Sunday, March 28th at the Woodlawn Cemetery, located at 3800 Jerome Avenue, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And for tickets, you can visit woodlawntours.org. All right, there you have it. Lots for you to get out and enjoy. So, the Bronx Museum of the Arts held the opening reception for internationally renowned artist Jose Parla's solo exhibition, Jose Parla, It's Yours. Reporter Ashley Tiffany has the story.
Here at the Bronx Museum, Cuban artist Jose Parla bridges his personal connection to the Bronx and the borough's influence worldwide with his exhibition, It's Yours.
Singing people of the universe, it's yours.
Like old school hip hop song It's Yours by MC Tila Rock, Jose Parla's first solo museum exhibition in New York City, also titled It's Yours, evokes the cultural and global fabric of the Bronx.
I always felt that the message of the song, It's Yours, was about inviting people to be part of the culture, part of art, and also to take ownership in what you're about. I want youth, I want people of all ages, all colors, of all backgrounds to become united under this banner of belonging, of saying this belongs to us, whoever that may be, it's yours, it's ours, it's something to be shared.
The series of paintings addresses suffering caused by redlining policies, the waves of displacement imposed by gentrification and structural racism. Guest curator Manon Sloan also says the exhibition explores the culture's melting pot of the borough.
And the exhibition speaks to the richness of immigration and how much richer, how much more phenomenal we can be as a country when all those cultures come together and we celebrate the best of what everybody has to offer.
I think it's great that he, hones in on his roots and his culture. I think it's important to kind of give back to the community as well.
And when asked what he wants to be remembered as 100 years from now,
I just want to be remembered as a painter, as an artist who really cared about people, and that I want to, leave something behind that can educate others, become part of the wave of expansion in humanity.
The exhibition is on display until August 16, 2020. For more information, you can visit www.bronxmuseum.org. Reporting for BronxNet, Ashley Tiffany.
All right, thank you, Ashley. So the Inwood Film Festival, presented by Inwood Arts Organization, is a cultural event that showcases and celebrates independent filmmakers from the Inwood community. The 5th annual event will feature screenings of 25 diverse films and 3 seminars for all to enjoy. And one of the films being featured is Anya, a contemporary sci-fi love story of a newlywed couple determined to have a child, which leads to DNA consequences and for their child, that is, and humanity. Joining us to tell us more about the film and the festival, please welcome Inwood Film Festival Executive Director Aaron Sims and Anya co-director Carol Anna Taylor. Hello and welcome.
Welcome. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Congratulations on your 5th year.
Thank you so much.
I'm always fascinated by film festivals and the true purpose that they serve within a community. Do you care to enlighten us as to why this film festival even started?
Sure. First off, it's hyper-local. As being a resident of Inwood and the area of the neighborhood of Northwest Bronx, Washington Heights, the whole community, we don't have any movie theaters. We don't have any cultural arts options as far as like bricks and mortar. And so we kind of use the neighborhood as a canvas to create this opportunity for local filmmakers to show their stuff. So the whole idea was to say you can either make your film in the neighborhood and be from somewhere else, or you're a local filmmaker that can make your film here or somewhere else. And so we showcase that talent in a very hyper-local way.
That's cool. Thank you for clarifying that. So you don't have to be from Inwood, but it's either you're from Inwood or you're complementing Inwood or you're capturing Inwood.
Yeah, that's the idea, is that you're representing, there's a connection to the community of some kind.
Right.
So we kind of make it very, hopefully, inclusive by saying you can be from anywhere and shoot your movie here, or you can be from here and shoot a movie somewhere else.
Got it. And so how many films, I already said we're doing 25,
right.
However, but how many are shorts and how many are features?
Sure, there's 2 feature films, and the 23 of the other ones are obviously short films and student films as well. I think a really great thing about our festival is that we help cultivate the next generation of filmmakers, and so we have people from all over submitting their films of all types, and we have 3 seminars as well to help kind of create and educate that are very industry-oriented as well for people that are pay what you can.
Yeah, we're going to visit the seminars in a minute once we get to speak to Carol Anna about her film. Anya, which the title itself is beautiful, and I understand you're an anthropologist as well. So let's talk a little bit about the concept and the inspiration behind the film.
Sure. So Anya is really inspired by all of the changes that are going on in DNA technology, everything from 23andMe and Ancestry.com, and how that's rewriting our understanding of what family means, like who belongs to our family, who doesn't, our identity based on our biological genetic identity, but also advances that maybe are a little less unknown, things like we're learning more from fossil DNA, such as I, as a European American, have about 4% of my DNA is Neanderthal based. So that means that our understanding of how Homo sapiens relate to Neanderthals is quite different than what we might have thought. And we wanted, my partner Jacob Okada and I wanted to package this into a story that kind of was very personal and small and people could relate to. So it's about a couple who discover they're infertile and they don't know quite why, and they find out that the reason's genetic. But for a long time, people lived with this idea of being infertile with outsiders. It's not just this one guy, it's this whole community that lives in Queens.
Right, and I believe you gave them a name, right? It's like, am I giving it too much away?
No, it's fine. The name kind of stuck. It was just a code name for us when we were writing, but we call them the Narwhal, because it's a mythical community. A lot of the film is real science and real anthropology. The Narwhal people are totally made up based on kind of my understanding of how cultures come to develop. And so the Narwhal are a myth, like the unicorn whales, right?
Right.
So that's why they got that name. But we decided they call themselves Narval, which in their language, what sounds a little bit like Spanish but isn't, that means water. It means seawater for them because they're from an island. That's something that's important to them.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of, we do delve into a little bit the culture of the Narwhal people who are living kind of hidden in plain sight in Queens. This one guy one of the leads emigrates from Queens to the big city and finds himself falling in love with a woman in Washington Heights, Inwood.
Right.
So a lot of the film's actually shot in Inwood, right around the 190s. Fort Tryon Park, a Chinese restaurant near us, a hair salon near us, lots of local extras. All of our actors are New York based. So it's a very New York and very upper Manhattan story.
That's so awesome. I love the concept. I love everything I read about it. I love that you're kind of tapping into immigration from a borough perspective.
Yeah.
And also, I also read, and I hope I'm not giving too much away, that part of the reason that they're infertile is because there's a superstition that if he's outside of his community, that he's unable to just produce, right, or reproduce.
Yeah, you're referring to the curse. So for something to have happened genetically for the Narwhal people to be so different from the rest of the Homo sapiens, it had to have happened thousands of years ago.
Right.
So they would have developed an understanding of their place in the world and found cultural explanations for that. So they explain this through a curse, which is, hey, if you leave the community, you're destined to never have kids. And by the way, we like you here. Please don't immigrate and go away.
Right. Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah, it's kind of it's their way of keeping the family close to home to protect them.
Right. And keeping it all in the family.
Right.
And keeping the blood pure per se. Right?
They don't have a choice.
Right.
They don't have a choice in this case. So it's more like
we're talking like this is a real thing, right?
Well, you kind of feel like it because they're real people.
If you watch the movie, you will think that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a lot of questions about that, but it's partly because we use local extras. We have Cuban, Venezuelan, Mexican, Honduran, Salvadoran immigrants who are playing the Narwhal people in Queens and in Manhattan. That's great.
It is. And so that leads me to, how do you decide on the films? Like, what is that process?
Dartboard.
Dartboard.
It's we have a selection committee. Well, first off, it's this whole festival only exists if the community wants it. And so that's why it's pretty fascinating. It's a miracle every year to pull it off because we're totally submission-based. So we have a selection window from October 1st, usually through January 15th. So it's very inclusive and open. And so we have a selection committee that puts it all together and votes on the films, and then we have an awards committee that decides on awards for excellence in filmmaking based on those selections. And so it's very democratic, but it's truly amazing that this neighborhood has become this canvas for, and kind of transcends filmmaking. It's become a platform using art to bring people together.
Right.
Through filmmaking. I think that's pretty fascinating. And actually, they had a short film in our very first festival as well called Every Other Weekend, also a great film. And
On YouTube.
it's on YouTube as well.
What's the name of it?
Every Other Weekend.
Every Other
It's a
Weekend.
great film. And we feel that there's so many talented people in this neighborhood. Why go downtown when you can see films in your own neighborhood by your neighbors?
Right, exactly, and invest in your community, and definitely support our stories, because at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's our stories being told in whatever form, in scientific form, but the idea is that it's our people and it's our history that we're creating. And so before we go, we have to share with our viewers the seminars that are being offered.
Yeah, they're all over the place in a very good way. We have a kids animation seminar for 3rd to 6th graders at noon on Saturday. We have a sound design for documentary filmmaking for people who are, want to up their game on their iPhones, or who are actually making feature films, which is very important, I think, this day and age, but particularly in an election year, I think.
Yeah.
And then also tremendous seminar on filmmaking A to Z. So I get a phone call or an email every week. Hey, can I have a cup of coffee to show you how to make film? It's like, no, but you can come to our seminar now. And we have professional filmmakers, Samantha Farinella, hosting a seminar, literally everything you need to know from soup to nuts, how to make your film, but also covers distribution and how to deal with
the business
the whole
aspect
business of it
of
as
it,
well. So I'm really excited to offer those, and those two are pay what you can. So I mean, we're very inclusive. We take out the barriers for anything. We want to give people the tools to keep creating and reaching for the stars through their ideas.
Okay, so when is your film being featured?
Friday night at 8:05. Saturday night. I'm sorry, Saturday night, March 14th, Pi Day, also Jacob Okada's birthday.
That's right.
I should have said that.
Okay.
But 8:05, there's a Q&A after, which we'll be present for.
Beautiful.
right.
And then for people to obtain tickets as well as attend the seminars, where do they go?
Sure, it's very easy. InwoodArtworks.nyc.
All right. Well, thanks for coming by and
Thanks for
sharing it
having
with
us.
our viewers.
My
Aaron,
pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Carolina. Thank you. All right, you guys, once again, the Inwood Film Festival is taking place March 13th through the 15th at the Campbell Sports Center, which is located at Broadway and 218th Street. And for tickets, you can visit inwoodartworks.nyc. We have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll hear about some spring concerts that you can attend this year. Don't go anywhere.
Bye, Janet. It's nice seeing you again. You a good girl. Just let me know what I can do to help.
Well, to help me, she'd have to help every day. Every hour, every ouch, every time my wife calls for help. I mean, maybe she could help me make her lunch. But the crust, all the crust has to be cut off the corners. She could help me run to the doctor for the 5th time this week. Help me with the specialist and the second opinions and the painful paperwork about paperwork. Help me deal with how hard it is seeing my wife's name on so much paperwork. But this is on me. I'm the only one who can do this, like this, for her. Besides,
Take care.
we will. Janet doesn't like her cooking anyway.
Find support for your strength. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community.
Hey, welcome back to Open, everyone. You know, we're always inviting you to get social with us. That's right. Tweet us at BronxNet TV, and while you're there, tweet me too, at Rhina Valentin. So the Bronx Arts Ensemble is all about bringing music and related arts to the Bronx community through live performances. And every year, the organization has an amazing lineup featuring different artists for its spring season and a partnership with Lehman Children's Theater Company to provide children musicals throughout the Bronx public libraries. And joining us to tell us more, we welcome Bronx Ensemble Executive Director David Nussenbaum. Hello.
Hi,
and welcome.
Thanks for having me again.
Of course. You guys just do some extremely phenomenal work with the intergenerational as well as these, I mean, fantabulous performers. I mean, you've got multi-Grammy nominated performers. So can you just give us a little background on how the way it's set up? I mean, I know there's concerts and then there's the Children's Theater. I'm curious to know, like, how do you curate and then decide what stories go with it or what artists go with what children, or how does that work?
All right. Well, so just the biggest picture
Right.
about Bronx Arts Ensemble is we do these amazing concerts, and we've been doing them for 48 years, and we have children's concerts and children's theater that's been going on for at least a decade. We also teach in 40 schools in the Bronx. We teach the arts in public schools in the Bronx, in school and after school. So that's a really important part of it, and just we're so proud of all of our teaching artists who teach in the public schools. But in terms of, as you said, curating the concerts, we have a wonderful young woman on my team, Becky Fradkin, who's been with us for a couple of years now, and that's her thing. She's really a lover of all different types of music, and she works usually around a theme. So this year's theme is the music of Puerto Rico. And we're really excited about the fact that in the spring, we have 4 Puerto Rican Americans that we're featuring in our concerts. Actually, 3 of them born in Puerto Rico, and Bobby Sanabria, who's Puerto Rican at heart, but born in the Bronx.
Right. One of the other reasons you also produce these concerts is to make sure that it's accessible
Absolutely.
to the community.
Absolutely.
And so the word I was actually trying to find is relating these multi-Grammy nominated award nominated musicians to just local children who may have never even picked up an instrument.
Absolutely. So we really encourage the kids that we're teaching in the schools to come to these concerts. Sometimes we have concerts that actually include the very same teaching artists on stage so the kids can see their teachers. Sometimes we even include the kids in the warm-up of the concert. So that's very important. And then the other thing about kids that we're getting to is this great tradition we have of children's musical theater. And that's really for elementary school kids. And it's this great partnership between Lehman Stages, which is right here, led by Dante Alberti. And he has a group of young actors, musicians. They do everything.
Age ranges
I would say for the audience, I would say kindergarten through, I don't know, 5th grade, something like that.
It's really young.
Yeah. And so every year we do a number of different things. We were doing 3 Little Pigs this year. We're doing another thing that we've done in the past, but every year we try to premiere a totally new composition, and that's done by, the story is created by Dante Alberti from Lehman, and the music is composed and new musical composition by an amazing Bronx-based musician, Marianne McSweeney, who's actually performing on Broadway in The Girl from the North Country, I think it's called. But she also is a bass player. She also composes. And the two of them are collaborating on a new work called Gwendolyn Unplugged, which will be performed at multiple New York public libraries around the Bronx. So we're very excited about that also.
And when does that season begin?
That's already begun.
That's already
and I don't
begun.
have the exact dates, but all you have to do is go onto our website, bronxartsensemble.org, for all the details about all these concerts.
That's lovely. Thank you. And thank you for bringing it here to our viewers. And thank you for the work that the Bronx Arts Ensemble continues to do for the next generation of artists and musicians. I think I'm always in awe every year when we bring you to see the artists that you're actually bringing, and the storytelling and the importance of making sure that it is semi-local artists, even though they're well-renowned.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, you guys, once again, for more on the latest performances by the Bronx Arts Ensemble, be sure to visit bronxartsensemble.org. All right, seafood lovers, the Southern chain food restaurant Hook and Reel has made its way to the Bronx, and many people are excited. And reporter Darissa White has the story.
There's a new restaurant for Bronxites to enjoy at the mall at Bay Plaza, and it's reeling people in. Hook and Reel is a chained restaurant that has open locations in parts of the South and now the Eastern Coast.
Thank you so much to the community here in the Bronx. You guys have been very welcoming, very hospitable, been very patient with us as this journey has been coming along, and we're just really, really excited to be here and be part of this community.
Naturally, when you think seafood and you think the Northeast Bronx, it goes hand in hand. You have the Long Island Sound not that far from here. Northeast, the Northeast has Pelham Bay, and of course you have City Island. So we're definitely bringing a different kind of piece of the seafood genre of food and cuisine out here. So why not seafood?
After the closure of the only seafood restaurant in the mall, Joe's Crab Shack, Hook and Reel is sure to fill the void for many seafood lovers.
One of the things that we need most in the Bronx are restaurants and the variety of restaurants. So having something like seafood in a location where it's easy parking, you have a lot of foot traffic is a phenomenal thing.
The menu has a variety of food options ranging from their signature seafood plate, oysters, hush puppies, and crawfish. Hook and Reel is now open at the mall at Bay Plaza. To see all their menu options, visit hookreel.com.
Thank you, Darissa. And so we are back in the studio, and Sol Cacao is it's the name of the chocolate company that is founded by three brothers. And unlike many companies, they only use 2 ingredients to make their handcrafted chocolate bars, and that's cane sugar and cacao beans. I have a feeling there's more involved, but they don't want to share it. However, they take pride in creating the finest quality of chocolate through sustainable environmental ways. And joining us to tell us more, we welcome Sol Cacao co-owner Dominic Maloney.
Thank you for having me.
Inquiring minds want to know. No, welcome. I know we're sanitizing after each segment, so welcome and congratulations on this amazing business that you guys have built on the side of your other careers.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So let's just give our audience a little background on how and why you even chose to get into the chocolate business.
Mm-hmm. So my brothers and I, we were born in the Caribbean. We were born in Trinidad and Tobago, and we were there for first, I'd say, the 5-6 years. But that early few years, we grew up on a farm, and my great-grandmother and my great-grandfather, they planted cacao and they planted fruit trees and a few other produce. And that really stuck with us when we moved to New York City at the age of 6, 7. And I would say just really going back and just having a background of food and appreciation for food, we felt that this was the best way to kind of demystify chocolate. Just coming from a country that the size of Delaware.
That is rich in it, right?
Yes, yeah. Even though it was the size of Delaware, and it still is, it was the 3rd largest exporter of cacao in the 1800s. So even though it's not manufactured as it was back then,
mm-hmm.
We felt that there was a lot of health benefits, and we wanted to really demystify that from where we are right now.
All right, so it's 3 of you, right?
Yeah.
What are your other brothers? And I understand that you all have different occupations, right? But
Yes.
Have you not made it well enough that you can just all just live off of the chocolate? Not yet.
Yeah, well, so I'm the lucky one as of right now. So I deal with daily operations.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Thank
You
you.
were in construction before, right?
No, so my brother Daniel, he looks just like me. He's actually in construction right now. He does project management.
Right.
My other brother Nicholas, he's a registered nurse, and I actually went to school for biotechnology. But this is what I'm doing now. Full-time.
Absolutely, as you should. Congratulations. I also understand it's vegan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's 2 ingredients.
Yes.
So there's nothing added to it but a little bit of cane sugar and.
You say it's 2 ingredients, and I just, I have a feeling that there's something in there that you're not sharing with us.
Well, there is one secret, and the secret is that not all cacao is created equally or grown equally. So similar to coffee and wines and olive oils, where the cacao grows and what type of strand it is, you will get different natural flavors. Unfortunately, today, about 95% of the market is more of an industrial hardy strand, which is not really the cacao of the past.
So is this cacao from Trinidad and Tobago, or you guys are growing it here yourselves?
So we have a limited edition Trinidad bar, but as of right here, we actually have 3 different countries. So we have one here from Ecuador. We have another one here from Peru, and we have one from Madagascar. So we have 3 different countries. We do have a limited Trinidad cacao bar.
All right, and so each one has different ingredients inside of it, right? I know one of them is a little fruity, right? I think it's this one.
Yeah. So that fruit flavor is similar to like a wine or like a terroir, if I want to use a fancy word, the growing environment gives it natural flavor, so it naturally has like a berry fruit flavor. This one has more of like a cherry, almost like a red wine flavor.
And this is the one that's earthly, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I
has
read
that
about it
earthiness.
now. And what's this that we have in the cup?
This right here is actually a sample of the cacao nibs here, and it should also have that earthy, nutty flavor.
How do you restrain yourself from not eating chocolate every day, or do you eat chocolate every day?
I try to eat a bar per day, but I try.
I love that. Only a man could say something like that. It's like, I try to eat a bar every day. Well, you must. You have to try your product, right?
Yes.
But
yes.
You were saying, I try to eat a bar every day.
Yeah. So, I try to eat a bar, but you'll be surprised when you're around chocolate every single day, you would think that you would just scarf it all down, but slowly but surely you start restraining yourself.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
So you eat it in moderation?
Eat it in moderation, and we have 3 dark chocolates here, so it's not your
So it's
high
dark
in
chocolate
sugar.
as well. That's really the best quality chocolate there is. So that's also important to mention.
Yes, and my brother, being a registered nurse, we really wanted to really get that balance of, not too bitter and also have some health benefits, and 70% is that nice ground where it's almost bittersweet, but you get a lot of the proven health benefits of blood flow, help to lower blood pressure, and things like that.
Are those the health benefits of eating chocolate?
Yes.
Please, tell me the health benefits of eating chocolate.
Yes,
so it's justified the next time, because I'm going to try one of these.
Yes.
What are the health benefits of eating chocolate?
There's so many. I could just list. I'll give you a few now. So, it helps with lowering blood pressure. It's high in magnesium and manganese, so it helps with muscle relaxation. A lot of people don't know, if you have like a cough, dark chocolate is actually good for easing or relaxing that irritation of the throat, as well as a lot of people who are diabetic, it actually helps with insulin absorption as well. But that's only with 70% cacao and cane sugar, that's it.
Right, and that's based on your chocolate.
Exactly.
Now, before we go, I have to taste this, and we also have to make the announcement of your biggest buyer right now, because I think it's amazing. And this is, you guys consider this Bronx chocolate, right? Bronx-made chocolate.
Oh, yeah. So,
I gotta taste it. All right.
So that's cacao nut. So this is 100% cacao. It is from Ecuador. Some people, what they do, they actually grind it up. They will put it in like a smoothie or like a shake, but it's definitely 100%. So it is definitely bolder than our chocolate bar.
You could taste the nature in it.
Yes, it has that earthy nuttiness, especially this particular one here. Yeah, but you know, one major passion and pride that really made us start this company is we wanted to really demystify and show people that, you know, a lot of people, they know about different chocolate packaging, but we wanted to really bring people in, and this is what we're working on this year. Actually, right now is we want to have chocolate tours where you could come and you could see the raw cacao beans and how we roast, how we grind. You could taste each process, and we could really demystify that. And we could also show you how much sugar is in a candy bar and how much way less sugar is in our bar. So you could really understand what you're eating, where it comes from, and have pride, you know?
Absolutely. You guys are making it educational. And then we have to wrap up, but I did want to congratulate you on getting such a big client. I mean, these bars, I should say, are available at Whole Foods.
Yes, yeah. So we are all of the Whole Foods in New York City as well.
Awesome. Amazing.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's
Thank you.
awesome. Of course, that's why this is what you're doing now. Yeah.
Yes, and we're happy to be the Bronx first chocolate factory and let people know that quality product such as chocolate is also made locally in the Bronx as well.
Lovely, and thank you for bringing it to our viewers, Dominic.
Thank you for having me.
All right, don't worry, we use the hand sanitizer again. I opened up with it. It's all good. You know, nothing but love here. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And you guys, once again, you can find Sol Cacao craft chocolate bars at Whole Foods, or you can order it online by going to solcacao.com. Stay tuned. Bobby C's Weekly Sports Roundup is coming up next.
Bring it.
Oh, he's on fire. Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home. Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride? Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one?
I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
Spike Lee is boycotting the Knicks. Our BronxNet cameras had New York's big win over Houston Monday, but it was overshadowed by that news. More on that in just a moment. Here's more from the post-game locker room.
As satisfied over win. Winning feels good regardless, no matter who it's against.
Nah, man, it was more for the team. That was great. You know, they're a good team. They've been on a good run, so you know that's a big dub.
I mean, it's big. It's stuff that we didn't really do earlier in the season, learning how to close games. Although we had a big lead and we kind of missed it and lost it. But we won the game, and it's big. It's, I think, improvement from our team, and now we got to build on it.
We're playing also about us. I think we have that approach about what we do, both ends of the floor, every possession. Like we're building something, bigger picture. So it's not about who we're playing. It's about us and our approach to every single game. Tonight we just didn't approach the game the right way.
You can't take games like this lightly. It's the NBA, it's the league. Everybody goes out and compete. You gotta be ready to play.
125-123 final over the James Harden-Russell Westbrook-led Rockets. Knicks followed that win with a loss to Utah Wednesday night. The loss broke a two-game Knicks winning streak, including that memorable win against Houston that few knew even existed thanks to it being overshadowed by the Lee incident. Knicks owner James Dolan's war with Lee for entering the Garden via his favorite employee media entrance Monday became national news. Spike said you won't see him at the Garden the rest of the way. The Orange and Blue host OKC tonight and Detroit on Sunday. How about a tale of two cities for the Brooklyn Nets? Karis LeVert dropped 51 in a 129-120 OT thriller, which included him sinking 3 straight from the charity stripe to send the game into the extra session on Tuesday night in Boston. But the back-to-back Wednesday night, not as enjoyable for LeVert, the Nets, and their fans. Rookie sensation John Morant and Memphis posted a 118-79 drubbing in Brooklyn. Here's more.
Third quarter, they came out with a lot of energy. We didn't. I think they made the run. They hit a couple of shots we were okay with, giving them. Josh Jackson hit some shots. Melton hit some shots. But overall, they had a lot more energy than we did tonight. Guys that we weren't necessarily expecting, like Josh Jackson, made a lot of threes. That helps kind of blow the game open. Yeah, all the way around, they made plays, and we didn't.
Obviously, back-to-backs are tough, and especially when you play against a team that's hot. It's a little bit deflating, when they are hitting tough shots. Obviously, Memphis played really well, so it's a credit to them and how well they played offensively. But like I mentioned, at the end of the day, you can't astray from, those things that are in your control, and we definitely got away from that tonight.
Nets look to rebound tonight when they host San Antonio. Like the Knicks, that game tips at 7:30. Golden State Warriors guard Steph Curry returned to action last night, his first game in 4 months following a broken hand. He scored 23, but the Dubs lost to Toronto. Curry is thrilled to finally be returning to the court and has set his sights on winning his first Olympic gold medal in Tokyo this year, unless, of course, the coronavirus decides to nix that, too. Crowds will be smaller, and receptions have been scrapped at the Tokyo 2020 torchlighting ceremony in ancient Olympia, Greece, next week. The dress rehearsal the day before will be held without spectators. The International Olympic Committee gave further unequivocal backing to this year's games in July and August, urging athletes to prepare full steam despite the coronavirus threat. Time for some quick hitters. The coronavirus might not interrupt Tokyo, but it has elsewhere in sports. The Chinese Grand Prix in Shanghai, set for April 19th, has been postponed by the governing body FIA and Formula One. The authorities will consider alternative dates later in the year. Organizers are confident that the Australian Grand Prix will go ahead as scheduled on March 15th, but said they could not offer any firm guarantees because of the dynamic nature of the epidemic. Sticking with racing, and Formula E, which we covered in Brooklyn over the summer, has also had a postponement. The all-electric racing series abandoned plans for a race in Sanya, one of China's islands, on March 21st. And in MotoGP, the opening 2 rounds of the season in Qatar and Thailand will not go ahead as scheduled. In college hoops, Yeshiva captured the Skyline Conference Championship last Sunday, topping Purchase for the second time in 3 years. They are heading to the Division III NCAA tourney, dancing in March Madness, but they may not have a hotel when they get there. Fear over the coronavirus followed Yeshiva from New York to Maryland. The team had its rooms canceled on Thursday by the DoubleTree by Hilton Hotel in Pikesville, according to the Maccabi's coach Eric Steinmetz. Yeshiva was headed there to compete in the first round today at Johns Hopkins University. Earlier this week, a student at Yeshiva tested positive for the virus. Rhina, this virus is really a drag, I'll tell you. You know what else is a real drag, folks? Aaron Judge's injuries. A frustrated judge on Thursday publicly discussed his shoulder and chest muscle injuries for the first time, but was unable to provide much clarity about what is causing his discomfort. The Yankee star confirmed that he had pain in both his right shoulder and his right pectoral muscle, but said that there has been no definitive diagnosis. As for the Pinstripers, like that song from the famous band Kiss, Detroit Rock City. In his third exhibition start, a 15-11 Yankees defeat yesterday, Garrett Cole gave up 4 homers that were helped by a stiff wind blowing to center at Joker Marchant Stadium against the Tigers. 4 pitches, 4 homers. I can smile about it because it's spring training. Aware of the wind going to center and the fact that he had been ill with a fever and thinking he had strep throat, but didn't earlier in the week, Cole didn't offer excuses. He says it's fair for both sides. It is what it is, Cole said of the wind. He better not have the virus, folks. Rhina, I'm really going to be upset if he does. James Paxton said he could start playing catch by the end of this week or early next week. Finally, some good news from the Yankees. Everything is going real well, said Paxton, who had lower back surgery on February 5th. On the ice, Mika Zibanejad scored 5 goals to match the New York Rangers' record, capping the scoring spree 33 seconds into OT in a wild 6-5 victory over the Washington Capitals last night. What a performance. Broadway Blue Shirts host the Devils at 7 on Saturday. New Jersey plays St. Louis tonight in Newark. Puck drop is 7. Meanwhile, Craig Anderson made 37 saves, and the Ottawa Senators beat the New York Islanders 4-3 last night. The Isles host Carolina Saturday at 1. Isles will play all home games in 2020-2021 at Nassau Coliseum. In MLS action, the New York Red Bulls take on Salt Lake Saturday, while NYCFC squares off against Toronto. Over to the XFL. The New York Guardians needed a win in the worst way, and they got it with a new quarterback, former Rams quarterback Luis Perez, who started in place of the injured Matt McGloin, helped lead the Guardians to a 17-14 win over the LA Wildcats on Saturday at MetLife Stadium. Diaz didn't light it up that much for the 2-2 Gardens, but was an efficient 18 for 26 for 150 yards and a touchdown. We go inside the locker room for more. How great was it to get back in the win column today and also to seem to have, like I said, the offense come alive and the defense come alive too?
Oh, well, we knew we left a lot of stuff out there on the field those past 2 weeks where we lost, and we knew we know we're a great team, but we just had to get a little bit more dialed in on the detail, and that's what we tried to do more this week, and we came out and did what we had to do and won the game. So now going back in, we know we need to focus harder on the detail, do what we have to do during the week, mental-wise, and then we'll be able to come out and show what we can do with our ability.
And how much for you guys now can you build off of this? Because, I mean, now to be back to 500 at 2-2, big win.
I don't want to say a fresh start, but it feels way better than a 1-3. So 2-2, like I said, we try to take 1 week at a time, but we know what we have, what it takes. We just have to put it all together. We leave a lot of plays on the field, but we just have to improve on this game and keep building, get better as a team and as a unit.
What's the outlook for Week 5?
Oh, like I just said, just continue to come back to work tomorrow and continue to game prep and practice hard.
Week 5 in the XFL goes down this weekend. New York is on the road to face the Dallas Renegades. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for a congrats to a star that has been featured right here on BronxNet. On Thursday, the Atlantic 10 confirmed the obvious. Fordham Junior guard Bree Kavanaugh is the best player in the league. Kavanaugh has been named A10 Player of the Year for the 1920 season after she scored 19.5 points per game and grabbed over 6 boards per game. She becomes the first female player in Fordham history to take home that honor. Kudos to one of the stars of our show, The Ram, with Coach Gately. Gately's squad entered the Atlantic 10 tournament on a quest to win its second straight conference title. So far, that journey is off on the right foot. Fordham defeated St. Joseph's University 59-36 on Tuesday night. The win over St. Joe's was the second such victory in 4 days as Fordham ended its regular season with a home rout of the Hawks 67-45 on Saturday. The win clinches a spot for the Rams in the A10 quarterfinals and a matchup with Duquesne University tonight at the University of Dayton Arena. Good luck to the Rams. March Madness is underway. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C.
everyone. It's now time for this week's Open Artist Spotlight. This week's Open Artist Spotlight features a musical artist who's blazing through the traditional R&B scenery with his eclectic sounds and narratives. His music has allowed him to perform in venues throughout New York City and get the attention from publications such as Earmilk and Spotify editorial playlist support. And he's here now to debut his new single, Panamera. Please welcome Xavier White.
Okay. Look. California dreaming, Brooklyn on the weekends, drinks in the evening, then you on the road. Girl, you always on the go, wanna make it personal, cause every time we speak, you act like you don't know. I get fed up when I feel like you're using me. I can't argue when I know they're all watching me. Stay up late talking to you on the phone. I give about the problems you went through. I'm texting my next girl, I'm gone. Panamera, I could see right through. You love that lifestyle, you love to play it too. Yeah. Panamera, I could see right through. You wanna ride how I end up losing you. You, Panamera cool, Panamera cool, Panamera cool, Panamera's you. Panamera cool, Panamera cool, Panamera cool, and I'm losing you, yeah. California dream, H-Town swing, brought you to the party, then you go missing. Same story, different girl, different weekend, yeah. Same conversation with, I just wanna meet him, yeah. You know where you should be, but you have your freedom. Oh, I'm having troubles just believing. How'd I catch a dub, different club, different night. Girl, don't text my phone, leave it red, no reply. That's real. I get fed up when I feel like you're using me. I can't argue when I know they're all watching me. Stay up late talking to you on the phone. I don't about the problems you went through. I'm texting my next girl, I'm Panamera, I could see right through. You love that lifestyle, you love to play it too. Panamera, I could see right through. You wanna ride how I end up losing you. You, Panamera, Panamera cool, Panamera cool, Panamera shoe, Panamera cool, Panamera cool, Panamera, I'm losing you. Panamera cool, Panamera cool, Panamera cool, Panamera shoe, Panamera cool, Panamera cool, Panamera cool, I end up losing you, yeah.
Yeah, we kind of didn't know if it was over, dog. I was over there going, Panamera, you.
Hey.
It's cool.
Thank you.
I was like,
Thank
yeah.
you look gorgeous today, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. I love it. I love everything you're
Oh my
rocking
gosh,
right
you're
now.
doing so well.
You're doing
Somebody's
amazing.
looking for another invitation back on set. Good job, Xavier.
Yes, I am.
Well done.
Thank
so you premiered it here right now?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, and it's available on Spotify, iTunes, and all streaming platforms.
You know, I was having a fun time going through your music on Spotify last night, and what I noticed is like they're very different.
Yes.
Like, let's talk about that.
Yeah, so what I do, I try to provide people with a different kind of aesthetic. Each song is like a different genre, it feels like almost, right?
Yes.
You go from pop to R&B to kind of like alternative pop. So it's like I want to kind of broaden my spectrum. I don't want one listener from one genre to just listen to my music. I want to kind of like broaden like everybody to like come into this like this experience with Xavier.
Well, normally, and that's wonderful, but normally musicians usually pick a certain genre to be recognized in.
Mhm.
So how is that serving you?
It's serving me. It's serving me well right now.
Yeah?
I'm enjoying it.
I loved all the different styles.
Yeah, thank you.
Really, I
Thank you
enjoyed
so
it.
much.
I was
Thank you.
listening to it while I was doing all my work.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's you know, like I get people from all over the country, kind of like, because through Spotify and all these platforms, and they reach out to me and they're like, I totally enjoy
listen to your stuff. I go from like a hip hop like R&B record to straight R&B to straight pop. You know, it's just like everywhere.
Yeah,
you know, so.
with vulgarity too, I might add.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's some vulgarity.
Talk about fully authentic, right?
Yes. It can get there.
All right. So where do we leave you here today?
Today.
Are you performing live? I mean, I know we can find you on Spotify.
Yes, you guys can find me on Spotify. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram at I am Xavier White, and my Spotify handle is Xavier White. You guys just look it up. I just released Panamera today. That was the song I just performed. You guys can enjoy it, stream it, listen to it, show your friends, enjoy.
That's right, and let them know you saw it here first. Woo! All right, Xavier.
Yes.
All right, make sure you got the hand sanitizer. Okay,
yes, I did. Actually, I did. I put the hand sanitizer on.
It's all good. It's all good. They're going to throw it at me in a minute. Anyway, you guys, Xavier White's music can be found on music platforms such as Apple Music, Spotify, and SoundCloud. Please make sure to follow him on Instagram at I am Xavier White. That is our show today, mi gente. Thanks to all our guests for coming through, and to you, our viewers, for tuning in. If you missed any part of the show, you can check out the recap cast tonight and 24 hours a day at BronxNet.tv. I'm Rhina Valentin, and from all of us here at Open, may the universe provide paz, prosperity, y amor. Adios. Happy Women's History Month. Tírame el hand sanitizer. Oh, look, they came in with my hand sanitizer because, you know, that's the day and age we're living in. All right, you guys, have a lovely, lovely weekend. Woo.